Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here, back with video number 5 in our series with Rod Giltaka from the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights. Today, we're talking about movement and basic target engagement.
So we're going to do some moving and shooting. We're going to shoot with a little bit of cardio too. Put you through the paces a little bit.
I've chunked up a bit since the last time you seen me, but
excellent.
I'll do what I can.
Use of cover and concealment. We're going to talk about shooting around barricades, that kind of stuff too. And we're going to incorporate a little more positional shooting and then start bringing in a little bit of stress, more things to worry about, and we'll see how you do.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to talk about cover and concealment. It's a huge topic. We're going to leave tons of stuff out. Yeah. We're just going to cover the basics. So cover is something that stops bullets, and concealment is something that just conceals your presence there. Yeah. Concealment, bullets are going to travel through. Rule of thumb, you probably, unless there's some value of you just staying concealed even though you're not protected, then that's fine. Other than that, you probably want to find cover. Yeah. But today, we're not going to deal with really concealment, we're just going to deal with cover. So everything that you're hiding behind that we're going to mess around with, that's just imagine it's a concrete wall. As a general rule, you want to stay back from cover if you have any choice at all. So you don't want to crowd cover, you don't want to be right on it unless you're using it to support your firearm. And you're going to make sure that the least amount of your body is exposed as necessary. So that's going to cause you to lean, meaning that you're going to be leaning around cover or concealment with the weight of the rifle, your upper body, your head, everything cantilevering off your torso. Right. And that takes some practice. And again, it's something you can practice at home without expending any ammunition. Okay, so I'm gonna stand behind you. You got your feet shoulder width apart. Bring your gun up. You gotta cant your entire torso to the left. Lean way over, you got it? Okay. Now your elbow, your left elbow is hanging out there. So one of the reasons why I'm always kind of got my elbow sucked in, because the training that I have is all in structures, in houses, commercial buildings, stuff like that, right? That I was lucky enough to get. So you're always worried about your elbow and you're passing through, like door frames are a big deal and that kind of stuff. So you're always trying to, I got to get through a door frame, especially wearing gear. So that's why I've always got my elbows tucked in. I'm always compact. I'm not letting anything hang out there. So tuck in and lean right over. Seems like you're leaning a lot on your leg and not your waist. So that's something we can practice. Let's try it on your right side. So now you're gonna keep the rifle, in your strong hand side. So you're using a lot of muscles, right, to do that. Yeah. There's a lot going on there. So one thing that you can do is lean forward. So I tend to lean way forward and go forward and to the right. Now I'm not wearing a rifle, so it's easier, right? But I can lean my whole body right over like that. Right? So see what I'm saying? Like this is staying straight almost. I can lean right over like that. I think maybe you're not as flexible as I am that way or something, but it's going to take a little bit of practice and build up those muscles. That's not something that you practice every day, right? But you got to keep those elbows in. You want to keep your legs behind cover. There you go. Yeah, I think you're starting to bend now more than you were even just a little bit ago. You just got to get used to that. Yeah. Now let's take a knee. Now I've heard two schools of thought on this too. One elite operator told me if I'm leaning right, my right knee is down, and then I can get my stance as wide as I can, and now I've got a counterbalance. And now I can look how far I can lean in this position. Now if I'm gonna change, I can lean right down like that. Yeah, you're leaning away from the knee that's up. So that's for you to go on your strong side, which is your left, right? Yeah. Because that other leg is like a counterbalance. Yeah. Okay. Now flip your legs the other way and lean to the right. And you're gonna have to lean further. So you decide what works best for you. Yeah. Like I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way, or there's a right way and a wrong way for individuals.
This is one I'll have to work on.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so shoot at the targets, it doesn't matter if you miss.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna keep walking at the same cadence. Okay, so I'm gonna say move, you're gonna start walking, and I'll call threat, and you shoot shots. When your gun goes dry, bring it up, change, but don't stop walking.
Okay.
And then when we get a certain point, we get within 50 meters, I'm gonna say, okay, hold, you're gonna stop, I'm gonna say pull back. And then you're slowly gonna walk backwards, and I'll yell threats again.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So bring your rifle up. Okay, let's move. Threat. Keep walking. Threat. 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 Oh, you're out. Keep walking. Keep walking. Threat. Okay, hold. Okay, we're gonna fall back, nice and slow. Move back, fall back. Just slow, slow.
Do I have my eye on the reticle? Or?
Yeah, threat. 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 Okay, you're out. Reload. Not bad, not bad. You're still walking. Threat. 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 All right. That's pretty hard, just walking forward and walking backwards.
Yeah.
While doing those things and continuing to just have your feet walking.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a good indication of how difficult it is. Your intellectual bandwidth is fully consumed right now.
Yeah.
So you got so much going on, you can't even walk reliably. So that's the demonstration. So as these skills become ingrained, and they no longer take up that whole bandwidth, now you got all this extra space for things like, tactics and things like that. Yeah, all kinds of other stuff. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. So when it comes to turning and shooting, if I'm facing this way and I want to place rounds this way, I'm gonna throw my outside leg around. And the reason for that is I used to do it wrong. Well, wrong-ish, right? Some people thought it was wrong. I used to bring my leg back like this and bring the gun straight up. And that's the reason why I was told it's wrong is because you're stepping into nothing. There could be a big rock there, I catch my heel, I'm going down for sure. Whereas if I go this way, I know where my foot's going. I have peripheral vision down there, right? So when you do these things, when your gun never comes up until it's in the plane of downrange. Okay, so part of muzzle direction is you're always keeping your muzzle pointed downrange, down, or up. Up is generally considered safe. Okay, so this is okay. This is okay, and downrange is where you want to be too. Okay, so I'm gonna have you stand with your left shoulder, and then I'm gonna say threat, and you're gonna bring your right foot around, you're gonna bring the rifle up, get a sight picture, place around, and go on safe again. So you got your rifle, threat, nice and slow. Okay, so don't bring the rifle up until you've turned. Okay, so you're gonna bring that leg around almost, it's almost 2 steps, and bring the rifle up. Okay, it's looking a little better. Now face me and do the same thing. So leg first, rifle second. Good. Okay. It's oddly enough, it takes practice. Isn't that ridiculous? Well, and so you literally need to practice that at home. You don't have to fire rounds, doesn't cost you a penny to practice. Now we're gonna face away from the target. Now when you turn, you gotta do the same thing. You're gonna decide which way you're gonna turn. I'm gonna let you decide, but you're gonna come all the way around and bring the rifle up. And you're gonna look while you're doing it, right? You're gonna look over your shoulder to find out what's going on. You're gonna turn, you're gonna look, you're gonna come around, and then your rifle's gonna come up right there. So let's do it really slow. There's 3 parts. Turn your head. Okay, you're gonna go that way. So you threw your outside leg around. So try it again. Right, if you're gonna go this way, you're gonna, because remember you're turning in. You're not doing this. Right, but make sure that you're separating those 3 actions. Look, turn, gun up.
So look,
turn, and gun up.
Gun up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now when you're facing the other way, if you're ready with your firearm, it's like this. And the way I have it is I always have the gun, like if you look at where the buttstock is right now, and you just bring it down, and it's almost like it's glued there.
Right.
So plant that rifle just like that. Yeah, straight down though. You got to keep that thing tucked in, because you could have a teammate, right? I could be standing right here. I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You're like, holy shit. You'd be turning, right? So let's do it while I'm standing here. Go ahead. Nice and slow.
Oh, you want me to turn into you?
Yeah, you're going to turn right here and don't point the gun at me.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, just like that. Perfect.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So again, that's something you should practice at home.
Yeah.
Costs you nothing to practice. Right. Costs you like literally 10 minutes a day for 2 weeks, and you're moving around like you've been doing it your whole life. Okay, so they call this a box drill. So you're gonna walk from one cone to the next. I'm gonna yell threat, you're gonna stop. So I'm here like this. And you're like, threat. Boom. Safety on. Threat. Boom. Take a look around. Big breath, safety on. Back again, and just keep going. Because you're gonna end up in facing a bunch of different directions. Yeah. And you're moving, and you're engaging targets, and you're turning the right way,
that's a lot. And
you're controlling the muzzle direction.
Okay.
Right? All right, so we're gonna do it without any ammo. So let's watch. Threat! Threat! Okay, so you're still kind of stuttering a little bit with your feet, right? So if it's threat, just come right up. And so hopefully you're in a good position, but what's more likely to happen is you'll be in between strides. So well, how do you end up, what's your body position? You end up isosceles anyway, right?
Yeah.
You end up like this regardless. All right, let's keep moving. Threat. Try to keep both hands on your gun when you're looking. Threat. Threat. So there was a good example. You ended up in a bit of a pirouette because I'm trying to get you when you're like stepping here to confuse you. But if you made that step, you could easily just turn. Right? Instead of making 3 little steps, 1 good sweep. Yeah. Look, good sweep, pull the trigger. Yeah. Threat! Breath, look around. Did you look behind you? Yeah. Yeah, get right around there. Threat! Okay, let's move on. We're gonna do that with ammunition. We're gonna shoot now. Okay. No misses. Okay, so all that means is take all the time that you need when you're aligning the sights, getting the sight picture, take all the time that you need just so that you don't miss. Okay. Threat. Good. Okay. Threat. Okay, let's keep moving. Threat. I think the turn that you just did was the best you've done so far. All right. So, but you got to make sure, keep your hands on the gun, which you let go. We can always improve. Yeah. And the more you practice that at home, just your turning, bringing the gun up and getting a sight picture is important.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's, we're going to do something a little bit different then. We're going to do a little variation on this. All right, let's jog clockwise. Jog. Threat. Let's move. Threat. 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 Look around, take a good big breath. Okay, let's move. All right, so we're gonna hold. We're gonna change it up again. So you're gonna be running this way. Threat. Okay. Boom. Safety on. Threat. Boom. Safety on. Threat. Boom. Safety on. Okay, so you're gonna have to do a full turn when you're heading back this way. Okay, go ahead and move. Threat. Take a look around, deep breath, safe. All right, keep moving again. Threat. 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 He's empty. Threat. Was there a little bit of a tense up there? All right, that's cool. So come on in. So we're bringing together, moving, even running, and shooting, and your muzzle direction, and trying to be accurate, right? We weren't allowing any misses. You had to continue to shoot until you hit the target. Yeah. You got the scanning, you got the breathing, and it's a lot of work to put all that. You got the wasps. They're part of it. I had to pay for those. Anyway.
Well, they, that's what this sort of thing would entail.
Yeah. So you see, we're bringing a bunch of things, and now that you're simply just running around two cones, trying to engage a target. See how difficult that is?
I started to notice even the stuff that we did right from the start was already starting to become more rote, like it was becoming more hardwired. Obviously, I've only been doing this for, an hour, but you could already see the amount of space, the things that I was focusing on. Maybe I only checked one of 3 or 4 of the boxes, but I was starting to check a box or 2, which is what I'm saying.
Well, your muzzle direction was good.
Yeah.
Your turning got better.
Yeah.
And I don't think I had to tell you to scan and breathe once.
Yeah.
So now those things are taking care of themselves. Yeah. And now things like your turning and all the rest of that stuff that you're focusing on in this particular drill was you could focus on what you need to focus on, right?
Yeah.
And that's it coming together.
Good stuff, guys. You got to try this. It's a lot of fun.
And it's not as easy as people think, right?
No.
Yeah.
And you make your ammo go a little further than just ping, ping, ping,
Absolutely. Where you're getting something out of it, right?
Exactly. I think being more deliberate with the movements, particularly the one drill that I found I was starting to improve at towards the end of the day, and I think it's a lot that just not hesitating. It has a lot to do with not hesitating, is the turning around or getting on target from when you're not in the starting position and you have to turn around or you have to step to the side. I found myself becoming more confident in that, and in doing that I was able to execute the movement a bit quicker. Like there wasn't that sluggishness to it, which I think is just one of those things that will come with time. But I would prefer to train slower and take my time, like you were saying with the target, make sure that you're on target. Don't try to be sloppy with it. Otherwise, in my experience, the best way to learn things is to do it slow and to do it properly. And even if it takes you a long time to get it right.
I think it's far more valuable to be able to bring, have some stimulus prompt you to engage a target, to be able to bring your firearm up, to get a sight picture and to place an accurate shot quickly, than to bring your firearm up and, spray a bunch of bullets randomly at a target, right? If you can place basically the accurate shot, the first accurate shot wins. So you're far better off training a little bit longer, paying attention to detail, getting that first sight picture accurate shot than you are just to try to shoot fast. So get accurate first, and then you can just increase the speed. And again, a pro tip is, if you're starting to increase speed doing drills and you're starting to miss often, you know that you've hit your point of failure. So back off the speed just a little bit, just until you're accurate again in whatever drill you're doing, and then you can try to increase the speed again. Yeah. So having speed versus accuracy is the big trade-off, right? They're inversely proportional to each other. So you're trying to get them together and then bring them both up at the same time.
The best way to support this channel is to support yourself by gearing up at CanadianPreparedness.com, where you'll find high-quality survival gear at the best prices, no junk, and no gimmicks. Use discount code PREPPINGGEAR for 10% off. Don't forget, the strong survive, but the prepared thrive. Stay safe.